Hey folks, Rob back with another Rob Plays, and we're in the middle of September, and by this point we've looked at a horizontal scrolling shooter, a vertical scrolling shooter, and even a 3D into the screen shooter. And now we're looking at a slightly different one with Vindicators. Vindicators was originally developed for the arcades by Atari Games and brought out in 1988. This version was converted by Console Computer Systems and published by Domark in 1990. Now, interestingly enough, the original version of this was released as a cartridge for the C64GS. It did, however, unlike some of the others, come out on budget on tape. Actually, no, I think all of Domark's ones did. But of course, you'd think that being designed for cartridge would primarily be a benefit. It's not so much in the case of this one. The storyline was kind of straightforward, but essentially, it's the year 2525, and the forces of the Tangent Empire are amassing outside galaxy TR-15, and you're sent in with a friend, optionally to basically take out the forces. So let's start. There is cooperative 2-play here, but I haven't got someone else to play with, so it's just me. We pick our easy one, kind of that Atari arcade tradition. And this is our sort of At the end of each section, you get the opportunity to buy upgrades. We can't do that. Station 1, Level 1. There's 14 stations all up. Each is made of at least multiple stages. I think it's 3. It's definitely 3 for at least the first station. So the idea is you're just scrolling up the playfield. I mean, technically, I guess it's multi-directional, but it's primarily vertical. So if you look at your instruments panels, you've got score, fuel, lives, and your weapons. Now, fuel is basically your energy. It's drained by moving about and by being hit. And you can see there's a little F token, which I'm about to pull up towards. That'll get you more fuel. That flashing thing to the side is a battle star. And battle stars are upgrade points. So if we're saying over Atari games converted by Domark, it's the equivalent of spanners in Badlands or Super Spring. Although actually Domark didn't convert Super Spring, but you get the drift. Anyway, let's just take these tanks out. So this opening section is pretty straightforward. Just let's collect some fuel, collect some battle stars. I think, we're at the end of the stage because there are the keys to open the door. So the idea is in each stage you get the key, open the door, proceed. And we've completed the first one. So we've got 4 stars to spend. Now, we can improve our shot range, which is kind of handy. We can improve our tank speed. We can get force shields. Now, those basically drain less fuel when you hit. You can upgrade the armor, and you can also go like smart bombs and several others. I think for now, I'm gonna go for the shot range. So we're now on the second station, and here we go. And now this is my first niggly thing. This bloody satellite thing. I don't know. I've never worked out how to dispatch it, so it's a bit of a pain in the bot. Anyway. And those bullets from the turrets there are very, very hard to see. Thankfully, they're only diagonal, but they're still very tough to track. And this, damn. Problem is you can't, you got to avoid it, and you just got to, drive really erratically to do so. There's another battle star, there's the key. And then things like that happen and you lose a bunch of energy and it becomes very frustrating. Anyway, let's keep going. Just keep zigging and zagging. There's another one. Thankfully, the extra shot range is helpful. So I originally forgot that you had lives. And I thought you just had the fuel to worry about, but 5 lives is actually pretty decent. There's a key, 5 battle stars. I'm just trying to avoid. We lost a life. That's an annoyance. You lose a life, it doesn't actually tell you. But we've completed the section. I think the idea of upgrading my shot power would be very nice. So level 3. Now this is the last one for this station. And like I said earlier, there's 14 all up. I've never made it massively far in. I made it a few stations in. I've never had a chance to play it co-op with someone, and I never played the arcade version. And one of the things that surprised me is, I remember when I was checking this out, I remember seeing it got some pretty bad reviews in Zap. And to be honest, I gotta disagree. I don't think it's particularly spectacular. It's actually pretty playable. The graphics are a bit ugly, and in all seriousness, they really wasted the cartridge potential here. You know, instead of just being a simple 64K cart, they could seriously have done some exciting things to expand it. This damn orbiting ship thing is such a pain. I just wish I could shoot it down, because then at least I could actually avoid it. Anyway, this is the end of... Now we've made it to the end of the station. We've got 25 seconds to basically destroy everything and get the heck out of Dodge. And thankfully, we are in good shape. Oh, I didn't get many stars this time. Fuel in. Okay. So we've warping to our next station. First one's gone. Time to buy some upgrades again. I'm going to go for shot power. Oh no, I'm not going to go for shot power this time. I'm going to go for speed. Station 2, level 1. See, I don't know. I don't think this is completely... I think the Zap review was pretty brutal. It's not a particularly great game, and it does look a bit ugly at times here. Console probably weren't the best of teams to convert it when I think about some of the other games they've done. But it's playable enough. Like I said, it's actually fun. I'd love to play this with someone, like drag it up, bring it to 64, have someone sit there and play it and see what they thought. Because I wonder how it plays in co-op. But all up, it's an alright game. It's average. It's playable enough. It's not spectacular, and I don't think it's an absolute classic for the library. And unless you're very, very hardcore, you are probably not really... It's probably not worth your time getting on cartridge. Again, it's only a 64K cartridge. It doesn't do a lot of extra flashy things like you would expect from some of the Ocean cartridge games. But, you know, it's interesting to see more games on that were released on the GS first. Ooh. Nice colour changes. Darn satellite. If it wasn't for that satellite, I'd actually find the game like pretty fair difficulty. It's one of those things where it's just like by attrition, and I really dislike that formula. It's one of the problems I have with like Gauntlet as well. Gauntlet's a fun game, but the way that the game just puts you into attrition to die really makes it less fun. And this is kind of doing the same thing because of that satellite. I wish it didn't. I wish that wasn't there, and I wish that I could just concentrate on navigating through the map and not having to deal with it. But you know, that's what the original arcade game did. So they wanted people's coins. So that's how it goes, eh? I always find that it's those later era arcade machines I don't enjoy as much. Like, give me some old school ones where, you know, it's 3 lives and get extra lives and do that, where it's about that, not about playing until some arbitrary limit. And realistically, it is an arbitrary limit here because you are dealing with these things sapping your energy. Oh, I've got the key. Nice. Some more fuel. I mean, playing this with a normal 4-way joystick is probably not the most exciting way to play it. In the arcades, I believe, looking at some pictures on KLOV, it's like a tank style setup, and I can imagine that would be a little more challenging, a little more fun, where you're like wrestling back and forth to push your tank in the right direction. And we're about to lose another life. I really dislike that it doesn't actually tell you. Or, you know, at least blow up and do an animation for a couple of seconds. Oh, and now I've respawned, so I got 1 life left. Okay. Alright. Let's get shields. And boost our shot range up a bit more. Level 4. Okay, so this station 2 is actually longer. So I wonder if many other stations are going to be longer as well. Get some more stars. Yeah. Graphics, like I said, graphics are not the best. Audio, it's a bit average. Like, I think all up, as I said, I call this game average. Average all up. It's not a terrible game. But it's not terrible. It's not a classic, but it's playable enough. So I think, you know, actually if you found the budget release, that would actually it'd be worth grabbing. Oh, game over. Game over. I reckon I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks to everyone who watches in, tunes in, subscribes, comments and chats. I've really loved the discussion. I do have to admit, I've not seen this on any other home machine, so if you've played one of those, I'd love to know how it compares. Always, thanks again for watching. Please do spread the word if you enjoy these. I only can only go so far, and it's people chatting, discussing that is sort of how channels grow. But as always, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.